Hello, friends. Rich here at the Gospel Rescue Mission. We're getting ready to launch GRM Olympics. You'll be seeing little cuts, little highlights, reels of all the events going on here at the Gospel Rescue Mission. But I wanted, before we got started, to kind of talk a little bit about what's going on here. Now, I know that our Olympics this year kicked off with some controversy. And so I want to kind of bring a Christian view, hopefully, to all this, to see what Jesus would do. Now, some were saying that the opening ceremony was mocking Da Vinci's painting of the Last Supper. Others are saying it was something else entirely. And some are actually boycotting and going against the Olympics completely. Well, this is what I'm looking at. Let's say it was mocking. Let's say worst case scenario, there was definitely mocking, making fun of Jesus and all that. I would also take a look. What would Jesus do if he was being mocked? Well, actually, we have some examples of that. We have an example of Jesus being mocked. They put the crown of thorns on him. They put the robe on him. They kind of bowed down to him like he was a king, and making fun of that whole idea as they were torturing him and bemoaning him. Now, I don't think Jesus liked that. I don't think he's like, oh, yeah, I got mocked. He wasn't celebrating that. But at the same time, Jesus said this. This was his response within hours of that taking place when he's on the cross, looking back on his life, on his human life, what he experienced on this earth. And he said this. He said, Father, forgive them, for they don't know what they're doing. Those in the world do not know what they're doing. They are blinded by the God of this world, and they don't see the truth of what they're doing. Now, best case scenario, they're not really mocking, and we can just go on. But take that for an instance. What we want to do is we're looking at these events to say, you know what? Yes, if it was mocking, but really, that's not really the whole point of this video. The point of this video is to introduce us to what's coming up here in the next few days. We're going to have some events. Some are more fun sort of events, but our real highlight, the real event that I'm really excited about, and just like all these athletes we're going to see, because really the Olympics is about people giving their very best. We're going to see the dedication, the discipline of men and women who are giving their best for their particular sport and what they're doing. And that's really what the Olympics is all about, is that unity, bringing us all together and doing that. So that's what we're doing here at the Gospel Rescue Mission. We're having our own Muskogee version of the Gospel Rescue Mission Olympics. And so we do have some fun events, folding sheets and great meals and all those sort of things. We're also going to have our key event. Our key event, my friends, is this. We have been doing kind of a baseline fitness test for all of our shelter guests. And so they all kind of have a baseline. And they're going to be competing against themselves to see if they can improve on that. So if they improve by 5%, they're going to get a bronze medal. They improve by 10%, they're going to get a silver medal. They improve by 15%, they get a gold medal. And so many of our guests have been walking a little bit more. They've been drinking a little bit more water. Some of them have quit smoking. All sorts of things. That way they can be disciplined and accomplish great things. So I hope that you'll watch some of our highlights that are be coming through our social media over the next several weeks. And we encourage you to support the Gospel Rescue Mission as we're helping these men and women to flourish, which is then going to in turn help our community to flourish. And we're doing all this with God leading the way.